Greetings folks, welcome to this video of yet another old computer that I should have taken a look at a long time ago. These both came from the same Hamfest, 2022, and I am finally getting to them 2 years later. Well, not really. More than a year later, we'll put it that way. This is an HP Vectra VL Series 4 5/133. I think I've got another one of these. I might even already have a video of it on the YouTube channel. Pretty sure I do. Because I got one of these from work and then picked up this one for no other good reason than it needed a home, and I gave it a home. It's been sitting in here doing nothing. Now you might be able to see it's pretty dirty, but we could probably go ahead and at least make it look a little better. Go ahead and grab some cleaner here. This Microban 24-hour stuff. It's what I've got, so it's what I'll use. I don't often just spray right on the computer like that, but that's how we're gonna do this. I just got some on my pants. That's good. And that's not coming off. Huh. Well, I'll be. I really thought that it would. Some of it certainly is, but... Alright, clearly I gotta go at it with like a magic eraser or something. Yeah, I think that's gonna need a magic eraser. Tape I can probably peel up though. Maybe. Unfortunately, you'll be able to see where the tape was. I know that this machine was also subjected to some repairs. It's funny, the front looks so clean, but yet the rest of it is so dirty. Yeah, the sides aren't much better. Well, this side is okay. So that LCD's I can see what I'm doing. That side's okay. This side, not so much. Let's see. Can we clean any of that up? My bets are on no, but far be it from me not to at least try. Well, it's pulling off more of that than we got off the last one. Off the top. So, an improvement. Maybe not that great. But it's never going to be perfect again anyway. It's just kind of the nature of how things are. Being a 5/133, this is a Pentium, clocked at 133 megahertz. Might even be MMX, I'm not 100% sure. Take another look at the front here. This power button is a little broken. I'll have to see if I can fix that. I do have a hot glue gun here, but I don't know if it's got any glue sticks in it. Power LED, hard drive LED, floppy drive right there, and an 8-speed compact disc reader, CD-ROM drive. That's what we used to call them. These days they're called optical drives. But yeah, that's could be original. Not 100% sure, but it could be original. Flip it around to the back here, and we can see some interesting things. Let's see if I can operate the camera here. I kick it all over the place. Right there is a key lock that looks like it is in the locked position. I don't know how it's in the locked position because the keys appear to still be firmly attached to the machine, which is very classy. And you can see there, it's just kind of, they bent the metal up by that sound card that's in there. Probably a sound blaster of some kind, no real idea. There's some tabs at the back there. There's an Ethernet card that you can just barely see poking up there. IntelliNet, I have no idea what it actually is. Well, I guess we can find out when we pop the cover. PS2 keyboard and mouse, parallel, 2 serial, and integrated video. And then right above that is the power supply with what looks like knockouts that HP thought about putting a switch on. It's kind of too bad they didn't, because that would have been a nice feature. But I didn't design it, and they didn't ask me when they were designing it, so I guess I don't get any input in the matter. Now, let's see if this case cover is going to come off. The interesting thing about this, and I don't know if you'd actually be able to see them, this is why I don't usually use tripods, is there are actually some case locks here on the front. There's one here, and there's one here. And that, I believe, no, this one is in the locked position. So we'll go ahead and unlock that. And now we'll see if we can pull the cover off. Again, this might be locked, but it doesn't look like it. So we'll pull that out to reveal more of the magic within. Okay, let's take a look inside the beast. Number one is that the front panel connections are very easily removable on this. And there's our slightly busted power switch that I will have to clean up the hot glue on and re-hot glue in order to get that to work. The switch does work. It's just when you go to push it, it gets stuck in the machine, so I have to fix that. Let's see, do I think I'm hot enough stuff to be able to put this back on video? Yep, here we go. There's the optical drive and the floppy drive. Check out this cable management. This is actually quite impressive, even for something from HP. Manufacturing date. Let's see. Well, I guess we're not reading that, so that's unfortunate. Board level diagram, which is kind of interesting to see on an OEM machine like this. Take a further look here. You can see parts of the main board. Power connection. I believe that's standard AT, or baby AT, but I'm not 100% sure. And we got a riser card here, which looks like it gives you 2 PCI and maybe 3 ISA. Not 100% sure what's underneath that creative sound blaster. But one of those slots is a combo slot, so you can either use 2 PCI and 2 ISA, or sorry, 2 PCI and 3 ISA, or sorry, wow, 2 PCI, 2 ISA, I had it right the first time. Or 1 PCI and 3 ISA. So, what sound blaster is this? CT2940, it's got the IDE interface on it. Not 100% sure what that is, but I'm sure I can look it up. Check out this tiny Ethernet card. I don't think I'm going to be able to, I don't really want to pull that out, so I guess we won't know who manufactured it. The hard drive is missing. I thought I left it in here. It came to me with a fairly large drive, larger than what I would consider to be appropriate for a machine of this age. Like I said, I thought I left it in here, but I guess I did not. Looks like SCSI would have been an option. There's the power supply, complete with a little bit of rust. But, you know, dirt don't hurt. And I do not think this is a standard power supply, and I'll tell you why. We'll go ahead and we'll lift it up here. Yes, you're supposed to be able to do that. There's a cooling fan here. You can see that although there's a, what is that, 12-pin connector there, there's another one right here and that is not normal. So, in any event, here's the memory sims. They're all Kingston, KTM 8M by 36. So this looks like it's got 32 megabytes of memory installed in it, if I take those chips at face value. Here's the Intel chipset, which is very nice to see. This square thing right down here actually is the system beeper. Kind of interesting to see it in a square shape. It's kind of different. Right here is an S3 Trio 64 video chipset. Right there would be some video memory. Expandable video memory. You certainly wouldn't see that anymore. And underneath there is an SMC chip of some kind, possibly related to the low pin count I/O controller. Not 100% sure. I'd have to pull that card in order to look at it a little bit more. There is a massive, that is not a CR2032. Looks like a 2425 or something. Rayovac battery that's almost certainly dead by now. And some dip switches. Even though this is a Pentium, and a lot of Pentiums were controllable or were configurable in software, this one is not one of them, or at least not for all of the aspects of its design. This is probably actually why I wanted the machine. Right here is the microprocessor. It's a socket 7, but you'll see that this looks quite a bit interesting, and it's got a fan on it. Originally this would not have a fan, so that's what this is for. This is supposed to act as your CPU and power supply exhaust fan. But being as though this is a larger chip, what it is exactly I'm not 100% sure, but being as though that's a larger chip, it's got a fan on it. I suppose we can find out what it is when we power the machine up. Which, speaking of, that is what we are going to do right now. Of course, I can't boot it into anything because I don't have the hard drive, unless I happen to find it somewhere in one of the piles of junk sitting around here, but I don't think it's over here. I think I must have taken it and used it in another project. Alright, ready for power up. I have to leave the cover off because obviously that switch is broken. And I'm not sure if this computer will power on as soon as I plug it in. I don't think that it will. Let's find out. Nope. Alright. So now it's on. I'm going to set up here Pentium 133. It's not what it's running. And it's actually got 128 megabytes of memory. So let's see. Phoenix BIOS setup. Holy crap. That battery is close. It's not 2023 anymore, but it's close. Running Windows 95. Or I guess at least it was. This, by the way, this HP Keytronic keyboard is the keyboard that I got with this computer. And this mouse, which I'm now using on my test bench. The key click is on. Numlock got power on. Set to on, but numlock wasn't on, so I don't know what that's all about. It's operating in Centronics mode. What kind of modes do we got? Bidirectional, EPP, and ECP. So for some reason somebody was using it in Centronics, which is unidirectional. That's the standard for the parallel port, or the old standard for the parallel port. Floppy drive. EGA, VGA, plug and play display, and you could also set your resolution refresh rates. Interesting, not something you'd see in a BIOS usually. Memory and cache. Hard disk drive 0, 245 megabytes. Well, that's not present. So that must have been the I was testing a drive in here, and that must have been that drive. Of course, CD-ROM, which is there. Does it eject? I hear noises. That is coming from the computer. Can you hear that? Huh. Well, that might be dead, so I'm probably going to have to replace that. PCI devices. Security. Mostly pretty standard stuff. You could disable boot into the floppy. You could disable floppy disk writing. Boot sector virus protection. Etc., etc. Power options. I don't know if the system would support ACPI, always causing power interruptions, or if this is an APM only machine. And that's pretty much it. And that's probably as far as I can really take this, because obviously I don't have a hard drive, and that CD-ROM isn't working, so. Oops, resource allocation conflict. PCI device, that's the Ethernet there. And that's as far as it's going to get. So that's pretty much it for that. I don't really have anything else to share, so stay tuned. There will probably be a video in the future where I install an operating system on this, but for now, thank you for watching, and if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them below. And I forgot that the power switch didn't work.